Before he was a man standing in the ruins of someone else's past, 𝐈𝐴 was a ghost drifting through his own. He had once uncovered secrets that toppled politicians and unearthed corporate rot beneath the surface of polished empires. Headlines bore his name. 𝐈𝐴 exposes billion-dollar embezzlement. Whistleblower's words, journalist's pen. But one story, the wrong story, shattered him beyond repair. He trusted a man named Everett Lane, a supposed whistleblower. Documents, wiretaps, secret meetings in rain-soaked parking garages. It was everything a journalist lived for, except it was all fake. Lane had an agenda. The company's CEO, Miles Kessler, was innocent. When 𝐈𝐴 published the expose, the media exploded, and when Kessler jumped from the 19th floor of his office tower 3 days later, 𝐈𝐴 became the man who killed him with words. The lawsuits came first, then the death threats, then silence. Editors cut him loose. Friends stopped answering. His voice, once broadcasted across the world, now spoke only to himself. Then one winter morning it arrived, a letter sealed with wax as if it had stepped out of the 1800s. No return address, just a name, Blackmoor. He opened it with trembling fingers. "I believe my niece was murdered. I need someone who can't be bought. Come alone, Blackmoor Estate." There was no explanation, no plea, just a demand and an address in the Scottish Highlands. 𝐈𝐴 didn't know what compelled him. Maybe guilt, maybe curiosity, maybe he was just looking for something to make him feel real again. So he packed a bag, bought a notebook, and vanished into the fog. He arrived as the sun was dying, painting the snowy sky in blood-orange streaks. The cab driver said nothing the entire ride, until he reached the edge of the forest road. Cab driver, nervous, thick accent. "This is where I stop. The rest of that path, I won't go near it after dark." And then he was alone, 1 mile on foot through silent snow, tree branches like clawed hands. The sky dimmed until it bled into night. And then, like a dream taking shape from fog, the mansion appeared. Blackmoor Estate, towering, timeless, forgotten. The iron gates creaked like they hadn't opened in years. Ivy strangled the walls. The windows were dark, but one faintly lit, watching. Inside, the air was heavy. Dust hung like ash. Oil portraits stared down with contempt. And at the end of a long corridor sat a man swaddled in blankets beside a roaring fire, though he looked colder than the ice outside. Alistair Blackmoor, the last of his name, sharp-eyed despite the tremble in his voice. He didn't rise, just gestured for 𝐈𝐴 to sit. "You're 𝐈𝐴, the ruined one. That's good. Means you've nothing left to lose. And you have something to gain?" He slid a wooden box across the table. Inside were black and white photographs, newspaper clippings, a gold locket cracked. But at the top was the photo of a body, a young woman frozen beneath layers of shattered glass. Her eyes closed, her fingers curled around a heart-shaped pendant. 𝐈𝐴 recognized it instantly. It was the same locket mentioned in the original story of Alistair Blackmoor, the heiress who vanished in 1986 during her birthday weekend. Except this wasn't 𝐈𝐧𝐂. "Alistair, that girl is not my niece. She's not anyone. There are no records, no missing person reports. But she was buried here, and she was wearing Eliza's necklace. Not gain, Mr. Cole. Closure, or whatever's left of it." 𝐈𝐴 staring. "Then who is she, Alistair? That's what you're here to find out. But I'll tell you this, Eliza didn't run away. She didn't overdose. She didn't fall. She was murdered." Alistair leaned forward, eyes dark and tired. Alistair whispering, "And the one who did it still walks these halls." Before 𝐈𝐴 could respond, Alistair rose with difficulty, gripping a cane. He turned to face the hallway, eyes narrowing as if listening to footsteps only he could hear. "Alistair, there's someone else here. Has been, long before you or I. I call him the Watcher. Don't ask what he is, ask what he sees." A chill passed through 𝐈𝐴. Not from the wind, but from the certainty in the old man's voice. This wasn't just a family mystery. It was a fortress of silence with someone lurking behind the walls. Later that night, after unpacking in a guest room that smelled faintly of formaldehyde and lavender, 𝐈𝐴 noticed the strange noise again. A faint ticking, typing. When he opened his laptop to begin his notes, a line of text was already on the screen. "You shouldn't be here." 𝐈𝐴 froze, then a second message appeared. "But since you are, you'll need help. The kind this family won't give you. Name's Wren. Let's burn this place to the ground. Nathan hadn't written a word, but someone, somewhere was already inside his story, and she knew more about Blackmoor than even the Blackmoors did.